Ladies and gentlemen, UFC 307, Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree takes place this weekend. I'm going to be going through the entire card, starting with the prelims, ending with the main event, giving you predictions and breakdowns on each of the fights on the card. We're going to get right into it. I just want to start off by saying I'm sorry for not uploading the breakdown video yesterday on Monday. I meant to upload it for Saturday's recap. I meant to upload that yesterday. It just didn't happen. That is my bad. I will make sure to do it in the future on Mondays and continue doing the predictions for the next Saturday on the Tuesday. Let's just get right into the first prelim opener of Tim Means versus Court McGee. I'm going Court McGee. A lot of people are just not giving the respect to Court McGee at all. He has looked kind of shitty in his last couple fights. Again, these guys are old. Tim Means is sitting at 40 years of age. Court McGee is not a young cat either, 39 years of age, but I believe that Court McGee is going to outlast Tim Means when it comes to the stamina. Court McGee is fighting out of Orem, Utah. This fight is in Utah. This is at elevation. And the Pit Elevated fight team with Court McGee, I think, is going to push him to the point where he's going to outlast Tim Means over the course of the 3-round fight, and I think he's going to win the last 2 rounds, 29-28. Tim Means isn't bad. He even has a win over Nicholas Dalby in the last 3 years. Nicholas Dalby being an incredible fighter still at his age of 39. It's just Tim Means is on the downfall. He is 40 years of age, man, and you just can't pick him. It's really hard to pick him. He beat up Andre Fialho, but Andre's trash, so in reality, he should have 5 losses in a row if he fought anyone else. And getting choked out by Alex Morono, making that mistake, slipped into the guillotine when shooting, like, it's just kind of, dude, you can't make these mistakes against guys like Court McGee. This guy, like, you guys are both veterans. If you do that to a guy like Court McGee, I mean, Alex Morono being a vet himself too, they will not let you just get easy takedowns. This is not, you're not fighting bums, you're not fighting cans, you're fighting Court McGee, like a guy who used to be a contender in himself. I mean, not a title contender, but just a contender. You feel me? Court McGee hasn't had a big win since probably Claudio Silva, and even then, that's not even a big win. Alex Garcia, I'd say his last big win, that being in 2018. I just feel like Court McGee is going to be able to pressure Tim Means inside the grappling department over the course of 3 rounds. Tim Means is really good on the feet, but Court McGee is not going to let him sit there. Next on the prelims, we have Ovince St. Preux versus Ryan Spann. I'm going Ryan Spann by knockout. Ovince St. Preux, he's been chinned before by lesser guys, and Ryan Spann is terrible in and of himself. I don't think he should even be number 17. I think he should be like fucking number 1,000. I think he's just terrible. I think he's a terrible light heavyweight. He's just god-awful. This guy at 33 years of age moves like he's 37. He moves like he's been hit in the head 1,000 times, which he has, and he moves like he's been knocked out 10,000 times, which he has. His last 3 fights have not been pretty to watch. Even Anthony Smith beat the fuck out of him. He thought he won that fight. He did not win that fight. Anthony Smith won that fight. And Bogdan Guskov, oh my god, that guy beat the fuck out of him. Yeah, Ovince St. Preux, man, he beat Kennedy Nijitsuku. He beat, who was the other? Yeah, Shogun. Dude, these are old fucking. First of all, Shogun was old. Second of all, Kennedy is just terrible as well. He's a terrible kickboxer. He couldn't even put the hands on a 40-year-old. He literally couldn't move any faster than a 40-year-old, which is incredible to me, seeing as he was one of the biggest favorites on that card. Ovince St. Preux is still very good in the boxing. He's just slow, man. Like, the power doesn't leave, but he's slow, and he's not the type of guy that's gonna chin Ryan Spann. He's just not. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have, like, unless Ryan Spann literally gives him a knockout punch, I really don't see it happening. I don't see how Ryan Spann's going to be able to deal with the pressure. Ovince St. Preux is going to be able to deal with the pressure. I don't see how he's going to be able to, like, slip a shot. I just don't. I think Ryan Spann's going to knock this dude out in probably the first round. It would be a good bounce back win for Ryan Spann, but dude, you're beating up a 41-year-old fucking Ovince St. Preux. You're not winning shit. Next on the prelims, we have Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington. I'm going Carla Esparza. A lot of people are writing Esparza off since her last loss and her last fight against Rose Namajunas, where they literally did nothing the entire fight. That was one of the most boring fights I've ever seen in all mixed martial arts. Tisha Pennington is just shit. Raquel shit. Like, these ladies are just not good. Her best win's Angela Hill, and other than that, it's just people you've never probably heard of, unless you're into MMA like me, or like some guys who watch like all the fucking organizations. But, bro, like, I just don't see how Tisha Pennington is going to be able to deal with Carla Esparza's grappling. I think Esparza is going to out-grapple her, going to leave her on the ground, drop some elbows, and just win it 30-27. Esparza's not out of her prime yet. She did get choked out by Weili Zhang. That was kind of a crazy submission, I'm not going to lie. That was kind of insane. But we all know Weili Zhang's insane. We all know that Carla Esparza also is the girl who crucifixed Yan Xiaonan. She also beat the shit out of Rodriguez. She also beat the shit out of Gomez. I mean, Waterson Gomez is trash, but it is what it is. Tisha Pennington took Mackenzie Dern to a split decision. Tabitha Ricci to a split decision. Both of those fights, I thought the other ladies won. I didn't think Tisha won any of them. Carla Esparza, I think, is better than some of the, way better than Tabitha and way better than Dern. Mackenzie Dern is getting dropped by fucking random chicks. She's got a lot better boxing now, but she still pisses me off when I watch fights like against Jessica Andrade, where she just looked like a toddler in there. Carla Esparza, Cookie Monster, probably going to take her out. This fight definitely going over 2.5. I mean, I love that prop pickup, but I would stay away from the side of Tisha Pennington. If you don't want to bet the entire fight, I wouldn't touch it. It's just I don't really know what game plan Tisha's going to use, man. Especially at altitude, Tisha's going to have to figure out a game plan quick, man, because she's going to gas really, really quick. And Carla Esparza, she's been in these long fights, right? Like, I trust her more than I trust fucking half these ladies, to be honest, inside strawweight. Next in the prelims, we have Alexander Hernandez versus Austin Hubbard. I'm going Hernandez. Hernandez just is going to put the pace on Hubbard. I don't see how Hubbard's going to be able to deal with that. Hubbard's only beaten Mikhail Figelak, and that guy's fought fucking nobodies, literally nobodies, complete nobodies. Alexander Hernandez is a fantastic fighter, still very good in the mix-up. His striking, phenomenal. He does have a problem where people put a lot of pressure on him, and he starts to wilt away. Austin Hubbard's not a guy that's gonna put pressure on him. Alexander is gonna be able to use the front foot, and as soon as he starts using that front foot, he's just gonna fucking melt Austin Hubbard. Against the cage, Austin Hubbard's not a guy that's gonna be using slick boxing to his advantage. He's not the type of guy to do a weird takedown or use unorthodox things. He's going to try and get out of the clinch, get out of against the cage, and Hernandez is just going to cut him off, and he's just going to follow him. And I think Hernandez is going to win a long decision. He might be able to knock out Austin Hubbard. I just think that Hubbard's a strong enough guy to where he's not going to get taken out. But if you watch the Mike Breeden fight, you watch the Jim Miller fight, you watch even the Billy Quarantillo fight, before that second round, if you compare that to anything Austin Hubbard's done, it's not even comparable. Austin Hubbard's going to lose this fight, and it's going to be unfortunate, but Alexander Hernandez is still a gatekeeper, bro. And losing to Vince Pichel, losing to Joe Selecki, I mean, fucking Jesus, dude. You can't be losing these fights. Even the Mark Madsen loss, in hindsight, is fucking terrible. To be honest, it really isn't that great. Yeah, I think Alexander Hernandez is going to win over 2.5. Looks good to me. He does have the reach advantage by a little bit. Austin Hubbard does train at Elevation. He trains in Denver. I just feel like Hernandez is... This is a problem. Hernandez does gas. But he's also if he puts the pressure on Austin Hubbard, Hubbard's going to fall apart. I feel like Hubbard's really going to fall apart, and I'm focusing more on that than I am at the fact that Austin Hubbard trains at Elevation. Next on the prelims, we have Ihor Pereira versus Cesar Almeida. I'm going Cesar Almeida by KO, probably round 1. Round 2, I like round 2 probably more. Cesar Almeida, being a fantastic kickboxer, glory kickboxer, had a fight with Alex Pereira, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3 times. He's won one of those fights. Fantastic, comes from Contender Series. That was an incredible knockout. His first fight around against Dylan Budka. Knocked him out in the second round after Dylan Budka just wrestle-fucked him the whole first round, looking like Alex Pereira's first fight inside the UFC. Who was that guy? I'm trying to remember. Oh, fucking hell. Excuse me. Oh, I lost the internet. Well, we'll see in a second. But Caesar's just not gonna fucking deal with anything that Ihor has to deal with, and if Pereira tries to impose his ground game, it's gonna last maybe a round to where Caesar's gonna let him sit there until he drains himself from the elevation, and then he's just gonna beat the fuck out of him in the second round. Cesar Almeida has fantastic cardio. I'm not worried about his at all. I am worried about Ihor Pereira because he's just trash. I don't like him at all. I don't like this guy as a fighter. He has only lost to really good guys too, but he also hasn't fought super fucking crazy dudes. Robert Brzezicki is fucking shit. I don't think he's good at all. All of his fights in the octagon were kind of padded. He didn't really fight crazy guys at all. He fought nothing of UFC caliber. Cesar Almeida, he's fighting guys, man. took Roman Kopylov to a split decision. I thought he won. But, you know, I really think Cesar Almeida is going to be able to knock him out. I think in the first couple of rounds, or in the first round, it's most likely. But again, there is always that chance that Ihor puts him on his ass. And if it gets to the second round, Caesar's going to not let him do it again. I think he's going to knock him out with a head kick. I like Almeida, knockout under 1.5 rounds. Probably, fuck. I need to stop yawning. I don't even know what it is. There's something wrong. When I talk too often, I fucking start yawning. It's crazy. Oh my god. I can't even click on this. I guess something's really wrong with my internet. We're just going to move on to the next prelim. Marina Rodriguez versus Asmin Luciendo. Jesus Christ, these names. I'm going Marina Rodriguez. She is 17-4 in the UFC. Did I lose my webcam? We're going to fix that in a second, guys. Sorry. Marina Rodriguez is a fantastic fighter. Like, fantastic. Asmin Luciendo is also good. But the Yasmin Yaragui fight, fuck, man. That's tough. That's tough for me. That's a tough loss. Hindsight 2020, bro. She's getting flatlined by Bruno Brazil, getting flatlined by fucking, what's that other chick's name? Who just flatlined her? Ketlin Souza? Like, Jesus Christ. Losing to a decision by that lady, you have no power, first of all. Marina Rodriguez, fantastic striker. She's really, really strong on her fucking feet. Very good takedowns, but really would prefer to keep standing if she can help it. I think Marina Rodriguez can beat the fuck out of Isman. Isman is 22 years of age. That is where the, there is an actual statistic where fighters aged 7 years or older lose, is 7 years or older than their opposition, lose 67% of the time they lose. I don't think this is the case with Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to beat the fuck out of her. I just think her striking is so much better. I think Lucindo is probably going to attempt the grappling a lot more. She's going to try and take her down. And Rodriguez is so well versed. She's fought so many high level opponents. She's fought the what of fucking women's MMA, and she's not going to let her take her down. Isman, maybe I would bet under 1.5 takedowns if that's an actual bet you can do. Under 1.5. There is no fucking way this lady's taking Rodriguez down. And if she does, I'll eat my words, but I just don't believe it. I think Rodriguez is going to piece her up and get another title run, in my truthful opinion. This lady's 3-2 in her last, or 2-3 in her last 5, and she still is number 7 in the world. You have to understand that means something. She's having split decisions against some of the best. You watch her tape. That's all I got to say. Next on the prelims, top of the prelims, we have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Jocelyn Buckley, the feature prelim of the evening. I'm going Wonderboy. I've picked against Buckley every single fucking time. I'm not changing my mind right now. I think Buckley is shit. I think he hasn't had a guy really test him yet, and I think Wonderboy's the guy that's going to test him. Wonderboy's not going to let Buckley just run him over. He's not going to let Buckley be this fucking kid who's just like, look at me, look at my shit, look at me, I fucking KO'd Ipa Kasenganai fucking 3 years ago. I fucking knocked out Andre Fiallo, which that means nothing. I knocked out Vincente Luque, who had a brain bleed 2 years ago. Means nothing to me. I beat the fuck out of Ruzaboyev, who's trash. Like, I don't care, bro. Wonderboy is Wonderboy. Wonderboy's still fantastic at 41 years of age. Broke Kevin Holland's arm. Beat the fuck out of him in that fight. Literally made Kevin Holland look like a toddler in there. Made him look like he was no business being there. Took Shavkat 1-1. Forced him to run him down in the 3rd round and choke him out because they didn't know who was winning. Oh, no. This was different fight. Shavkat, that happened with what? Jeff Neal? Yeah, Jeff Neal had it 1-1, I think, against Shavkat. But Wonderboy Thompson getting choked out by Shavkat after having a strong war with this guy. I think Wonderboy's still fighting the top of the top, and I think Jocelyn Buckley's not a guy that's going to be a title holder. I don't think he's got a guy that can hold a top 5 spot. I think Wonderboy's going to take him out and move up to number 6. I really feel like Jocelyn Buckley's going to try and force whatever he feels like is the big play. And I feel like he's going to try and run him down, try and get him to the ground, try and grapple him, take away his kickboxing, take away his karate. Guys like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, man, in that karate stance, they move very quick, and they're very unprone to takedowns. They have very good takedown defense. Wonderboy's always had good takedown defense. You better have a really good fucking entry if you think you're going to take down Wonderboy. I got Wonderboy probably by decision. Knockout's not too bad. Joaquin Buckley has been chinned before by lesser men. I just don't think Wonder Boy's going to find one of those like combos where he fucking snags you. If it is going to be a combo, I think it's going to be a 1-2 head kick where he gets him with Joaquin slipping his head to the right. He does have a kind of the same thing as Kamaru Usman, where he moves his head a little too much after getting combos thrown at him. Wonder Boy can catch that, I think. But let's move on to the main card. We have Roman Dolidze versus Kevin Holland. I got Kevin Holland. Roman Dolidze, again, I fucking think is terrible. Like, terrible. Even against Anthony Smith, I mean, he should have been able to finish Anthony Smith if he was good. Again, like, fuck off. I think Kevin Holland's going to run through this dude. Kevin Holland looked like shit against Paige. He looked like shit against Wonder Boy. But, you know, excuse me. Kevin Holland is still a fantastic fucking fighter. He's literally some of my favorite fights I've ever watched is from Kevin Holland. That knockout of Ronaldo. Who is it? Fuck, what's his name? Who's the guy he knocked out from the ground? Ronaldo Souza? Oh my god. He's literally laying on his back talking shit, throws a right hook literally from his back, and then just slumps the dude. Throws a right hook. Oh my god. Kevin Holland is a really fun fighter to watch. He's a really, really good striker. He's one of the best strikers probably in the middleweight division. He's very, very slick. He just talks a lot of shit, and if Roman gets him to the ground, Kevin's probably not getting up. And I think if Kevin actually like comes back to where he was before, comes back to that 2020 era Kevin Holland where he was fighting 5 times in a year and winning every single fight, like 3 by finish. If that's the Kevin Holland we get, he's going to take out Roman Dolidze by knockout. He's going to beat the fuck out of him. But I just feel like it's going to be the Kevin Holland where he just hits on him, holds him against the cage, hits him, smiles, talks shit, gets to a 3-round decision, takes him. But I do believe Kevin Holland does have that glimpse of hope that he showed in 2020 where he was just fucking annihilating dudes. I think Roman Dolidze is a lesser man. I do not think he's on the same level as Kevin Holland. I think his ground game's better. I think his stand-up is horrendous. And Kevin Holland's going to exploit that and beat the fuck out of him. I got Kevin Holland to win it probably over 1.5 rounds. Kayla Harrison versus Ketlen Vieira. There's no point in talking about this. Kayla Harrison is going to be the new champion at 135 inside the women's division. She's going to roll through Ketlen Vieira very easily. Probably going to submit her very early on with an armbar or a rear naked choke. Kayla Harrison's a Olympic wrestler, I believe. I'm going to double check that. She did fight Holly Holmes as well. Beat the fuck out of that poor lady. Showed that Holly has no business grappling with anyone of that caliber. Aspen Ladd. She beat up. Yeah, there you go. She won 2 Olympic medals in judo. That's what it is. She's a gold medalist in judo. Inside the Olympics, 2-time all-time gold judist medal. Fuck. All-time judo medal. Jesus fucking Christ, whatever it is. All-time. Whatever it is. She's really good at judo, okay? I don't know the specifics. She's good at judo, okay? She has 1 loss inside the PFL. It was to Pacheco. Pacheco's kind of fucking nasty in herself. Larissa's not, like, I'm pretty sure she is the PFL champ of the world too, right? Am I not mistaken? Yeah. Yeah, she's really good. Pacheco's insane. She's very, very heavy-handed too. Ketlen Vieira has no business being in there with her. She's going to get submitted really quickly. There's nothing to talk about except for the fact that Kayla Harrison's incredible. She's going to grab onto Ketlen Vieira after maybe a minute of striking. She's going to grab her by the side and she's going to hip toss her into the ground, get on her side, control, and then move to the back and then choke her out. That's just what's going to happen. Like, Ketlen Vieira has no business being here. Oh wow, she beat Kainzad, she beat Holly Holm, she beat Mishita. I don't give a fuck. She beat old ladies, she beat bums, she beat people who are not Kayla Harrison. If you beat Kayla Harrison, good on you. No one has. Except for Pacheco. That lady would fucking roll through the UFC too. Next on the main card, we have Jose Aldo versus Mario Bautista. Jose Aldo is going to win this fight. Mario Bautista, I love him a lot. It's a very, very close fight, but I think Jose Aldo is going to pull through. I think he's the striking he showed against Adrian Yanez, no, not Yanez, Martinez, right? Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan Martinez was fantastic. The leg kicks, he used a couple of them, and then just slowly beat the fuck out of Jonathan Martinez to where Jonathan Martinez looked like he was a shrill. He looked a complete shell of himself. He looked like he was nervous. He looked like he didn't know what to do with Aldo in front of him. Looked like he saw an idol in front of him, and he was getting very, very frustrated. He didn't know how to deal with it. He didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't know like what he was going to throw, and Jose Aldo imposes that on people, man. Jose Aldo is the king of Brazil, the king of Rio. He is the man who used to be the bantamweight champion of the world, and you can't take that away from him. He's, or not bantamweight. Was he flyweight champ of the world? Am I fucking stupid here? Why does it say bantamweight? He moved down to bantamweight, didn't he? For these fights? Yeah. Right? After the Merab fight? Well, let me just double check here. Or for the Merab fight too, right? Hold on. When did this dude move down to 135? Hold on, I'm just misremembering something here. I gotta try and remember here. After the Max Holloway losses? Shit. Or was it after Volk? Probably after Volk, eh? Yeah, it was after Volk, because Volk was just such a big guy. Sorry, guys. I got a little distracted there. But Mario Batista, again, he's not a bad striker. I'm not saying there is no chance of him winning. I really feel like Jose Aldo is an underdog, man. Plus 145. If you're on the betting side of things, how can you not take that? Aldo's 32-8. 8 of his losses came fucking a long time ago, man. This is a new Aldo. This is a new Aldo. Looked fantastic against Jonathan Martinez. His boxing fights, he looked good too. I mean, it's boxing, it's not MMA. You can't really count it the same. But I think Mario Batista's going to get his ass whooped. The odds probably make sense, minus 175. If Mario Batista is composed, he probably will look a lot better than Jonathan Martinez ever did. And he probably will stay composed. It's just he hasn't beaten guys even compared to Aldo. Not even close. So if he beats Aldo, massive, probably the biggest victory of Mario Batista's career. There is no ground game here. This is going to be strictly boxing, and Jose Aldo's better in the boxing. So I have to pick the side of Jose Aldo. Unless I see Mario Batista has improved from the MMA lab, which I don't think they have. I think the MMA lab's a little bit closed off. I don't think they really fucking learn from other people. I think they just fucking are very strict about how they feel like they're right and everyone else is wrong. So MMA lab people have not been fucking evolving for a long time. And Mario Batista looks good, but hasn't been looking better in those fights like I've seen a lot of other fighters. Co-main event of the evening, Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena for the Bantamweight Championship of the World. I got Juliana Pena by submission. Raquel Pennington looked like shit against Mayra Moreno Silva. Silva looks like shit unless she's on the ground. Even when that lady was on the ground, she looked better on the feet than she did on the ground against Raquel. And Juliana Pena is probably going to keep it on the feet for a while until she takes her down, takes her back. Pena is way better on the ground than Pennington. She's one of the girls that won the Ultimate Fighter by finish. Yep. By elbow. See, I just want to make sure I wasn't wrong. She has submissions on her record. She's really good rear naked choke. Hasn't won since the Amanda Nunes win. She does look like shit in stand-up. She looks fucking terrible. She looks like a toddler. But I think if Juliana Pena can get it to the ground, the Venezuelan vixen is going to submit her. I don't see a way where Pennington's going to keep this on the feet for 5 rounds. And Pennington literally had a split decision over Ketlen Vieira. And Ketlen Vieira is not even fucking... it's just, again, we just talked about her. It's just like, God damn it. Juliana Pena is going to win. That's my prediction. Okay? That's just... She's been gone for 2 years. I think she's been working on it. Raquel Pennington does fight at altitude. She does fight inside Colorado. So she's going to have the gas advantage probably. Pena's going to gas quick, but I think this fight's going under. So we'll see. Again, Raquel just got the belt, and even her face when she won the belt, she looked like shit. She was like, "Man, I guess I won." It's like, yeah, I guess. That was a terrible fight to watch, but fuck, whatever. Main event of the evening. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, and if you guys are not yet, subscribe. We have Alex Poatan Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. Yeah, who are we picking? We know who we're picking, but it's just like... It's really possible he gets stiff, man. I'm going Poatan Pereira, knockout, round 2. Khalil's good. Khalil's really good. Poatan's improving. And that's where I have a problem with Khalil, because Khalil's coming off a not-so-great win against Anthony Smith, who, like... I don't know how this gets you a title shot, especially after you tested positive for PEDs, but... Granted, it was a supplement. He let them know. He called them. He made sure everything was good. He's like, hey, just want to let you know I ingested a supplement. I found out I had something in it. And he got only a 2-month suspension for it because he let them know. But still PEDs. I think Poatan's going to beat the fuck out of Khalil, but I think it's going to be a tough first round. I think these guys are going to have a full Muay Thai fight. Fuck, man. Full kickboxing fight, and I don't know who's going to win. I really think Poaton's going to win, though. These odds are probably right. It's just, dude, plus 350 for Khalil's value. Yeah, I'm going to pick Poaton, but I might bet Khalil. There's going to be no money on Pereira to make. Pereira around 2 KOs is the only money I could think you can make. Pereira is nasty as fuck, man. Kickboxing, Glory kickboxing champion, double champ, middleweight and light heavyweight in Glory. Fuck, this is tough. Poaton is better in the striking. He's more sophisticated. He's had more experience. He's got, again, left hook, we all know. Very strong left hook. Khalil Rountree has a good right hook. And very good oblique kicks, which he will use against Pereira, I believe. It's just Pereira, dude. Like, he's going to defend all of it. Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't think there's much to talk about, actually. I'm going to go Pereira by KO, round 2. The reach advantage and the height advantage, Khalil's going to be getting hit down on. Khalil's going to have to try and move forward. Pereira's going to stand his ground. If they get in these sharpshooting exchanges, man, like the last couple times Pereira's been in, he's going to fucking knock Khalil out. Like, it's just, I keep thinking about the fucking Johnny Walker KO. Johnny Walker KO'd Khalil Rountree in his debut with elbows. He hit him with a short elbow inside a Muay Thai clinch, and then he hit him with a second one, but he like had the clinch, came off and fucking slammed it, and completely flatlined Khalil. Flatlined. Like, he was out on the way down. And Pereira with the left hook is stronger than that elbow. And I think Pereira's going to land that hook. I don't think there's a fight where Pereira hasn't landed that hook on someone. That's a fucking death sentence right there. Like it's literally like Crow Cop used to say, right leg hospital, left leg cemetery. It's Pereira, right hand hospital, left leg cemetery. Yeah, Poaton's going to win. I think under 2.5 rounds is your best bet, probably if you're on the betting side. Under 1.5 rounds is a little risky. I don't see Khalil Rountree getting through this, man. This is a fucking tough fight for a guy like Khalil. He's got to pray that his chin holds up. He has to pray. He has to pray to the fucking gods, because Ion Kutulaba and Praknia beating you up just means that you got wrestled and beaten up. But, like, Pereira can still grapple. He's not shit, and it's not like Khalil's that good either, right? Okay, I'm just going to go Pereira. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm not going to think about it too much more. I think the best bet of the week, though, for all of you guys is... fuck. It might be Court McGee. I'm going to go Kevin Holland. I think Kevin Holland's the best bet. No, Jose Aldo. I'm going Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo's going to be my lock of the week, but that will be for another day. That will be for Thursday's best segment. Excuse me, I can't talk. That's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you guys will be here for the Saturday stream I will have for the entire card. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you drop a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.